All right, man, your sock game, man. If you're going to be swaggy, man, your sock game it's pretty good. But then we got to get you some Nikes, man.
Well, you got to give me some Nikes. Give me some
What
Nikes.
size you wear?
12.
I'm going to put you in a pair of Nikes. Just for the show.
Go ahead.
Since they going to have our feet in.
I'll give them back to you.
All right, I'm going to put you in a pair of Nikes, man.
In the field, on the field, everything we do, we dominate. Like we kill a fly with a sledgehammer. But it's not about the fly you just killed. It's about the other flies that's watching.
Go Dogs, and welcome to another edition of the Chennis Berry Show as we talk South Carolina State football with Bulldog head coach Chennis Berry. On Saturday, the Bulldogs go 1-0. Big 16-15 win over the Wofford Terriers. Coach, I got to get up. Oh, congratulations. That was a huge win. The score, of course, no indication of how exciting this football game was.
Get up for the Bulldogs, huh?
There you go, got to do it.
It's all about going 1-0. That's the ultimate mission for us, regardless of what, it was a lot of good things in the football games, good, bad, and some ugly. But all in all, we accomplished the mission. For us, it's all about going 1-0. There's 50% of the teams in America that went 1-0, and there's another 50% that went 0-1. We're glad to be on the winning side. We can fix it as we continue to go. But I'm very, very proud of a resilient football team that really fought to the end. And we're all about holding the rope. When adversity strikes, and it definitely struck, you got to find a way to hold the rope, and that's been our theme for the season.
4-2 on that last drive. Ryan Stubblefield coming in the quarterback. Coach, you really had to work on Saturday trying to find a mix. You finally got the mix in there on that last drive. Talk about that last drive. 74 yards on that drive, 12 plays, 74 yards, 2 third down conversions, third and long, and 1 fourth down conversion.
I'll tell you what, just found a way to persevere and see it through. That's what it's all about. Ball on the minus 21-yard line. We talk about situational football all the time. That's how we practice. And we give those guys those situations. So I'm very, very proud of our whole entire offense of finding a way through adversity. Like you say, we converted on some third downs, fourth downs, just finding a way to play the next play. If something good happens, keep playing. If something bad happens, keep playing. Just play the next play. You can't do nothing about the last play. And our young men have found a way to really believe in that, and we took that drive down and went and scored. But I was more proud than anything of, in this program, we talk about giving guys an opportunity. The opportunity of a lifetime only lasts the lifetime of the opportunity. And we got a young man that really, really stepped up and was able to put it in the box at the end of the game. So I'm super, super proud of Shamonte Burgess. He stayed the course. He paid the fee. He waited his opportunity, and he got an opportunity in that game because he's not a starter. He's a backup. And a guy went down, the starter went down, so he had an opportunity to step up in that game, and he made the game-winning touchdown. Super, super proud of that young man. But that shows what our program is all about.
We're going to break it down here as far as the game is concerned, offense and defense. Can't go without talking about the defense, Coach. They only gave up 142 yards the entire game. Wofford never could really get going offensively. That's what kept them in the ballgame.
Super proud of our defense. Listen, you talking about defensive football? We play defense, and that's what South Carolina State University is known for. Coach O'Daffer and the defensive staff really put a great plan together, and then they went out and executed the plan. We always talk about plan your work, then work your plan. Well, they worked the plan, and super proud of our whole entire defense from the front to the second level linebackers to the back end. We played multiple guys. Guys found a way, number one, to stop the run. That's what we're all about, and put offenses in situations where they got to go for it on third down. And our D-line was hunting. Secondary's outstanding linebackers did an outstanding job, and we played some really, really good defense on yesterday.
Some guys who stood up. Mike Luntz, 2 sacks on today. Come on, Chisholm had a big sack in the ball game as well, Coach. Mm-hmm. They kept pressure on Wofford. They really wasn't much of a threat throwing the football.
No, not at all. Like you say, we stopped the run, and we did a really good job in terms of pass defense as well. So super proud of our defense staff, super proud of our young men that really bought into the process. We played great defense, and I expect that for the rest of the season.
We're going to talk some more about this game. South Carolina State getting a big win over Wofford on Saturday at the Oliver C. Dawson Stadium, Willie E. Jeffries Field, 16-15. We're going to take a time out. We'll come back with more. You're watching the Chennis Berry Show on Watch Fox 57.
A single moment can ignite a passion. With every play, a spirit of teamwork is forged, and determination evolves into success. Life is the ultimate team sport, and a trusted teammate makes all the difference. Our team at Founders Federal Credit Union works hard every day to offer the financial tools you need, backed by unrivaled member service. Relax, you're with Founders.
No one takes care of families like Prisma Health. As South Carolina's largest health system, we have nearly 600 primary care doctors across the Midlands and upstate, so you can choose the one who's right for you. With a more personalized approach, more locations, and more convenience, including 24/7 virtual urgent care and online or in-person visits with your primary care doctor, we're doing even more to help you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health, the primary care experts.
Go Dogs, and welcome back to the Chennis Berry Show as we talk Bulldog football with the head Bulldog, Chennis Berry. Of course, Coach, you wouldn't be the coach you are if you didn't have a staff. And you lost a member of your staff, had to replace them. You bring in a guy, Markus Lawrence. It's only been one game, but man, he seems like a good fit.
Super pleased with Coach Markus Lawrence, man. You know, he's a guy that when I really had the opportunity to find out what we wanted to do in terms of replacing our offensive line coach, to me, you know, if anybody knows anything about me, that's my baby. You know, that offensive line, that's where it all starts at, and that's where it ends at. And so I was very intentional about our hire. And Markus Lawrence stood out amongst all of the applicants that applied for that position. And tell you what, he's been very, 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 very outstanding since the time he's been here. He does a great job with the guys. He's built a good rapport with the young men. And it's all about relationships. Those guys got to play for you. They got to know that you care. I genuinely care about them. He cares about them. He does a great job with them. Very intentional about what he does and how he teaches them. And again, you hadn't seen their best football yet. They're going to continue to grow. They're going to continue to get better the more they work together as one. And I'm very, very pleased thus far with our offensive line.
All right, Bulldog fans, let's meet Coach Markus Lawrence.
Markus Lawrence, offensive line coach here at South Carolina State University.
What's going on, Coach Lawrence?
Doing well, man. What's going on?
Man, we got a few questions for you.
Okay, let's get to it.
Coach Lawrence, what is your football story? Where are you from? Where did you go to school? And how did your relationship with Coach Berry evolve?
Okay, so I'm from right up the road, right up 77 North from Charlotte, North Carolina. Played high school football at Hardin High School up in Charlotte, and was able to, fortunate enough to earn a scholarship to Winston-Salem State University, HBCU up there in the Triad area. And from there, I ended up starting my coaching career with my head football coach from college, Coach Connell Maynard. Gave me an opportunity to coach him at Hampton University. And the last 7 years, I was with him at Alabama A&M University, and had some good runs there. And my relationship with Coach Berry, we were kind of in the same conference. He was, as everyone knows, he's a guru at coaching, but he's really an offensive line guy at heart. And just going up against him in the SWAC when I was at A&M, he was at Southern. Idolized him, looked up to him, and never thought I'd be in a situation where he called me on February 6th with the opportunity here to come coach with him at South Carolina State University. And it's been a wonderful journey since, man. But I've always looked up to Coach B, just being in the same fraternity as him, as in the offensive line fraternity of offensive line coaches.
So, what do you remember about playing against South Carolina State?
Ooh, so funny story. My first ever start in college was here in Oliver C. Dawson against Coach Irby. Coach Irby was on that team, Coach Blanchard was coaching, and we played South Carolina State on a Thursday night, I'll never forget. And that's one of the championship teams, 09 team, 2009. And what I can remember is I didn't play very well. We got beat pretty good that night, but I always it left an impression on me as a player. Full circle that I'm coaching here now. It's kind of, ironic, but that day I'll never forget. I was like, man, I don't know what they doing down in Orangeburg, but they play some good football. And that defense was really good. Will Ford was on that team, running back. Malcolm Long was the quarterback. They had a really good football team, and they kind of woke me up to college football. And, they played really good football in Orangeburg.
You returned only one starter from last season. What has the competition been like in camp? And who's actually standing out since you've been here?
Okay, competition's been very, very competitive. Very competitive. Of course, Roger Smith is our returning starter. He's our leader as well. He's the guy that we can lean on when we need anything, whether it's just some motivation or some energy. Roger's doing a really good job, but we brought in a good amount of transfers. James Reddick's doing really well. He's our center right now. Has graduated, so he has a lot of experience as well playing. Also, Chevy Trask is doing some good things, and we got some other guys who returned, like Kanan Liggins and Moses Moore, guys who have been in the program who are now stepping into different roles, leadership roles, playing with more. We're putting more on those guys' shoulders, and they're stepping up and answering the bell. So we got a good group of guys who mix in with some new guys and some young guys. I got a really good young core led by Keandre Marsh, a true freshman who's playing, competing for us, and really not playing like a freshman, which is really good.
What are the characteristics of a good offensive lineman playing for you? Why are they so important?
A lot of characteristics, but I'll try to narrow them down. One is you got to be selfless. Because we play a position where there are no stats for us. We'll have our little things where we, collect pancakes and game-winning performances type deals, and we grade the film, but you got to be selfless because as an offensive lineman, you're a protector, and you only protect things you love. So you got to be selfless, but you got to be violent. Violence is something that you got to play with, got to have a mean streak, and then technique, fundamentally sound. Those are things, and a lot of those things, especially the technique part, I thought I was a technician until I met Coach Berry, man. Coach Berry has really helped lead me and guide me as I coach this position and learn some things from him. A lot of things from him is continuously learning. But those are three things that just stand out off the top of the head. Just having great technique, being violent, being selfless. Along with that, working hard, having great effort and great energy. I also think that helps out if you talk about having a really good offensive line unit.
Final question. Tell us about your family and the off-the-field support you've gotten throughout your career.
Okay, so I've been married for 4 short years. I say short years because it's flying by, to my beautiful wife, Kia Lawrence, which we're expecting right now. We have a baby girl due the middle of October, so not too far away. And I have a 3-year-old son, Trenton, pride and joy. You'll see him running around here. He loves ball, loves being around Dad. But I have a great support system. I get my wife and my son, my son-to-be daughter, and then my family. I have a really close-knit family. 2 brothers, again, right up the road, football guys, sports guys, my mother and my father sacrificed so much for me to be in this position. My family has played a huge role in traveling and taking me to games and making sure I got the cleats and all that and equipment to play football, and it's led to me where I'm at now. My family, again, is right up the road in Charlotte, so maybe some days when I'm down here, I might want a good home-cooked meal from my grandma. I'll just hit 77 North and pull up on her, and she'll have something waiting on me. So my support system is phenomenal. I would not be here without my family. Don't see them as much as I would like, just because they know the job that I have. But they're always giving me calls and texting me and blowing my phone up. Whether I'm on the sideline or whether I'm at home, I'm always coming home to a great text from my family supporting me and just showing me endless love every day.
Coach Lawrence, thank you for coming on to the Chennis Berry Show. It's been an honor and pleasure to actually learn the person behind the coaching position.
I appreciate you having me. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Founders Federal Credit Union means banking made for you. The on the go, the pick up and go, and the oh, I want to go. Because at Founders, we give you the financial tools that make every dollar work for you. For the little things to the big things. For your future and your peace of mind. We'll always stay grounded in our roots, but reaching beyond what you'd expect is where we'll always go. Find out what our members already know and enjoy a new way to bank. Relax, you're with Founders.
Hey South Carolina, we want to be the choice for your Medicaid plan. With Healthy Blue, you have access to thousands of quality providers to fit your needs. Qualifying members can get free extra benefits like gift cards, car seats, diapers, and so much more. Members can also earn rewards for completing health activities like getting your flu vaccine or certain health screenings. You have a choice when it comes to Medicaid. Get more from your Medicaid plan. Visit healthybluesc.com today.
Go Dogs, and welcome back to the Chennis Berry Show. So we talk about South Carolina State's big win on Saturday over the Wofford Terriers. And Coach, at the beginning of this football game, they won the toss, gave us the football, which we like. We went right down the field, and it looked like it was going to be business as usual with the methodical 17-play drive, almost 8 minutes.
How about that? Ball security. That's what it's all about, moving the ball. First downs, touchdowns. But unfortunately, we didn't finish with a touchdown. What a great drive. You know, we really, really took a lot of time off the clock by moving the ball. I'll tell you what, with a mixture of run, a mixture of pass, we had good tempo going in. And, you know, I thought our young men did a very good job. But at the end of the day, we got to put it in the box. We always take points. We talk about points are a premium. But when we have a drive like that, 17 plays, man, you want to end with a touchdown and some self-inflicted negatives. I always talk about sins. It wasn't anything that Wofford did per se. It's when you go into a first game, man. Those that don't know, we only returning one offensive starter from last season. So it takes time to put it all together. The only offensive starter we have from last season is Roger Big Baby Smith, who played a little right tackle, played a little left tackle, and to see the offensive line come together. You know, to see the quarterback move the offense, to see the tight ends take advantage of their opportunity, and the receivers make plays up and down the field. You know, it's a work in progress. It's not going to happen overnight, but I'm pleased with how we started the game with the right mindset, because we always talk about a fast start.
Billy Atkins started quarterback. He's a transfer from James Madison. Did a great job on that first drive. But, Coach, what happened later in the first half, he seemed to sort of lose his rhythm. And you felt that seemingly as a coach and being an offensive-minded coach.
Well, you know, I'm definitely an offensive-minded guy. And for me, you know, we went into this game, you know, we wanted to play both quarterbacks because we have two outstanding quarterbacks. And we're going to continue to play both quarterbacks. You know, I know a lot of teams in our league that like to have the two quarterbacks we have. And I'm super pleased with both of them. It's some things that they missed. I mean, from footwork to reads, they'll get better. And, you know, both of them. Because this is really, reality is this is the first time either one of them have ever been a starter. You know, if you look at that, you know, that's why we're still a work in progress on who's going to be the guy. Billy's never been the guy. All right, Ryan's never been the guy. So we're going to play both of them, although both of them are super talented. We're going to play them throughout. It's about the field. Who's moving the offense consistently? And again, we'll play those guys until we get into MEAC play. We're going to find out by the time we get to MEAC play, when the bullets really get to flying, who our quarterback really is.
Bulldogs have another drive. We get down. We kick another field goal. We're up 6-0. Now, Coach, we get to the middle eight. You talk about winning the middle eight, but you're only up 6-0. And I could tell, or at least I felt, you felt uncomfortable.
Tell you what, the middle eight is so critical. And as you saw, you know, we gave up points. And we never want to do that. And I tell you what, we had been practicing our kickoff and how we do our kickoff, and our kicker has been outstanding the whole entire training camp of putting the ball exactly where we want the ball. Well, unfortunately, on this time he didn't, you know, and it led to a big miscue, and they were able to get a big-time play right before the half. This is tough, and they were able to put points on the board. So as good as our defense was playing at the moment, it's very, very discouraging when you see things like that. But one thing I know about this football team, they stayed positive throughout. All right, play the next play, and our defense continued to play at a high level.
I want to know what happened in the locker room. I'm sure a lot of Bulldog fans want to know what went on in the locker room at halftime. All of a sudden, you lead the entire first half, and you're down 7-6.
Well, you know, I just stay positive throughout. You know, we go in there, we make our corrections. You know, I talk to the staff first. We talk about it. We figure out exactly how we got to improve going in the second half. I encourage our defensive staff. I said, keep doing what you're doing. All right, don't change anything what you're doing. There's nothing that Wofford's doing. You guys are doing an awesome job of winning first down and getting them off the field on third down. Keep doing what you're doing. I encourage the offensive staff. It's nothing that Wofford's doing to stop us. It's us shooting ourselves in the foot with what we call self-inflicted negatives. All right? And again, special teams, I tell them all the time, are you going to be a fountain or a drain? Fountains pour life into things, okay? You pour into people. All right? Drains suck the life out of things. And our special team at the moment was being a drain. All right? And we're going to get it fixed, no doubt about it. But again, we found a way to go 1-0, and that's the ultimate mission.
7-6 was the score at the halftime. Got to take a break here on the Chennis Berry Show. We'll come back and tell you about the exciting finish for South Carolina State and the Wofford Terriers. You're watching the Chennis Berry Show on Watch Fox 57.
A single moment can ignite a passion. With every play, a spirit of teamwork is forged, and determination evolves into success. Life is the ultimate team sport, and a trusted teammate makes all the difference. Our team at Founders Federal Credit Union works hard every day to offer the financial tools you need, backed by unrivaled member service. Relax, you're with Founders.
No one takes care of families like Prisma Health. As South Carolina's largest health system, we have nearly 600 primary care doctors across the Midlands and upstate, so you can choose the one who's right for you. With a more personalized approach, more locations, and more convenience, including 24/7 virtual urgent care and online or in-person visits with your primary care doctor, we're doing even more to help you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health, the primary care experts.
Go Dogs! Welcome back to the Chennis Berry Show. Bulldogs get the win over Wofford, 16-15 on Saturday. It's time for the Prisma Health injury report for the Wofford game. And Coach, it was a physical football game, and for the most part, a well-played game. But man, there was some hitting going on out there.
Wow, was it some hitting? I mean, it was a physical football game. And we tell our guys all the time, if you cut us, it's going to be, if you cut us and we start bleeding, our DNA has to be effort and being physical. You know, and when it's all said and done, it's bumps and bruises that happen throughout the game. But I thought our guys came out of there, for the most part, injury-free.
Prisma Health injury report for the Wofford game. We go into the second half, Coach. We're trailing 7-6. And, of course, there's concerns now. We're not really moving the ball. We're still stopping them on defense, but we can't get anything going offensively. And you decided to make a note with your quarterback.
Yeah, we wanted to get a little spark. And what Ryan Stubblefield does is provide a spark. And he was able to do some good things, man. He moved the ball. He missed some throws. He missed some reads. But all in all, he's an electric guy. You know, not only as a runner, but he's an outstanding passer as well. So, you know, just wanted to get a spark. You know, no knock on Billy. You know, at that time, you know, we needed a spark, and we brought Ryan in to give us a little spark.
Now, you talked about that. One of the things you talked about the last show, folks, if you remember the Chennis Berry Show, Coach mentioned the most improved group he felt was the receiver group. Jalen Johnson, those guys. Two receivers had 6 catches. One receiver had 5 catches. One had 4 catches. There were a lot of catches. Now, you talked about the drops. There were a lot of catches as well.
Absolutely. I thought both our quarterbacks did a good job of spreading it around. You know, not only to our receivers, but our tight ends as well. You know, I thought that, I tell you what, to see those guys, Cyrus Ellison and the rest of those receivers do a good job. Very, very proud of them. We still got a lot of work to do. There's work in progress. We had some drops, but we also made some catches. I was very, very proud of all our receivers, but all in all, you know, to see our quarterback spread the ball around the way that they did, just super proud of them. But we got a long way to go. We're nowhere near where we want to be. But we'll continue to spread it around to multiple receivers. Quarterback's got to trust his read. He's going to go to the open guy and find a way to move the ball down the field.
3rd down and 13 on that final drive. 3rd down and 18 on that final drive. Ryan Stubblefield was able to find receivers and Jalen Johnson. And then that's because it was Cyrus Ellison. Made some big catches. They had big drops early in the games. But, man, they came through when they needed to come through.
Jalen Johnson transferred to us from Grambling State University. He made a lot of plays. All right. He had a big drop, but he made a lot of plays as well. We're going to focus on the positivity. So on that drive, like you say, big time 3rd down conversions. One of the ones that stood out to me is I'm pleased with Cyrus because Cyrus had a big drop too. I mean, it was right there wide open in the middle of the field, but he came back and he made plays throughout. So again, I always tell our guys, play the next play. And one thing I love about Ryan and about Billy, they always go to the receivers and say, even if they have a drop, I'm coming back to you. So try to uplift the guys. Not about beating the guy down, uplift him, because let them know at the end of the day, we got to play the next play, and guys found a way to make plays at the end when it all mattered.
Of course, it's time now for the Food Lion Sack to Give Back segment of our program, where Food Lion donates $1,000 of groceries to folks in the Orangeburg communities. Had 3 big sacks on Saturday. Mike Luns, a newcomer, had 2 sacks, and Kevon Chisholm had another sack as well. Coach, you got to be pleased with that defensive front because they kept pressure on the Wofford quarterback all night long.
D-line was hunting. Very, very proud of him. You know, Mike had 2, but he probably left 2 out there. You know, Mike came to us from Tulane University, man. He's an outstanding football player. He's going to do outstanding for us this season. And Kevon Chisholm, to hear that name, man, he's a young buck that's super, super exciting to be able to watch the way he practices, the way he gets after. He's got a bright future here at South Carolina State.
All right, and we're going to take a time out here on the Chennis Berry Show. When we come back, we're going to tell you what's up next for your South Carolina State Bulldogs on the Chennis Berry Show.
Your home is where your memories live, where you laugh, and where you love. We understand the importance of the valuables under your roof, tangible and intangible alike. So no matter what's around the corner, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for nearly 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
Hey, grab me one too. Go Dogs, and welcome back to the Chennis Berry Show. As we talk about the 1-0 South Carolina State Bulldogs. And Coach, you talk about winning the day. We won the day on Saturday, but again, you start another day. We try to win the day today and get preparation for the USC Gamecocks coming up this week.
You know, in the game of football, you get 24 hours to enjoy it. I told our team that. I congratulated them on the win, congratulated our coaches. Man, it's hard to win. You know, so we're grateful to be able to fix our problems because we sure got a few of them. All right, but we get a chance to fix it after a victory as we prepare this upcoming week for a really, really good USC Gamecock football team. Shane Beamer's going to have his team ready to go. There's no question about it. We get an opportunity to go down there to Columbia, South Carolina to play a really, really good top 10 ranked football team. But we're going to get the opportunity to watch those guys a little bit today. You know, obviously they play today versus Virginia Tech, so we can get an opportunity to watch them, study them. But trust and believe, we'll have a game plan. You know, it's football at the end of the day. And really good team that we're going to face, but our young men will be ready to go, and they'll be up for the opportunity to be able to go up and play the USC Gamecocks.
You know, Coach, the funny thing about it, to see South Carolina State play against Georgia Southern last year, we went down there. Folks didn't think we were just going to pick up a paycheck. We went down there. You have that competitive nature about you. I know this game with USC. Folks may think you're just going to USC, but you're going to get after them.
Absolutely. No question about it. Football is football. Cover 3 is cover 3. All right, 4 down is 4 down. Curl flat is curl flat. Our coaches will do a great job of putting a plan together for our young men to go out and execute. And our guys are going to compete. If you know anything about us and how we're going to build this program, a Coach Berry-led football team, we're going to get out there. We're going to compete. We're going to be well coached, and we're going to make sure our young men are prepared for the opportunity. The separation is in the preparation. And we'll be prepared as we go up against a really, really good USC Gamecock football team.
All right, kickoff Saturday night is 7 o'clock down at Williams-Brice Stadium. Folks, this show would not be possible without our sponsors. We want to make sure we shout them out and thank them. Founders Federal Credit Union, MUSC, Blue Choice Health Plan of South Carolina, Healthy Blue, Farm Bureau, Prisma Health, Pepsi, Food Line in their SAC to Get Back program, and the South Carolina Educational Lottery. Folks, we want to thank you for joining us on this edition of the Chennis Berry Show. We hope to see you each week right here on Watch Fox 57 with the Chennis Berry Show and South Carolina State football. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
In the field, on the field, everything we do, we dominate. That means kill a fly with a sledgehammer. But it's not about the fly you just killed. It's about the other flies that's watching.